Welcome to Fiji. A nation where ancient traditions, untouched landscapes, and heartfelt hospitality blend into a world unlike any other. Place where Sundays are so quiet you can hear coconuts drop. Where billionaires can't buy land, but you, yes you, can become a chief for a day. This isn't just a travel destination, it's a story waiting to be felt. Let's explore 15 amazing facts that make Fiji truly unforgettable. Number 15. Fiji, the most captivating island paradise on Earth. Fiji is a tranquil and pristine paradise in the South Pacific. The moment you arrive, you'll feel the Fiji time phenomenon, a deliberate slowing of pace that allows you to savor every moment and fully immerse yourself in the breathtaking surroundings. This island nation spans about 7,055 square miles, roughly the size of Delaware plus Connecticut, and consists of over 330 islands, though only around 100 are inhabited. The rest are breathtaking, pristine nature waiting to be explored, hidden lagoons with waters so clear you can see fish darting between coral formations 30 feet below, secluded beaches where your footprints might be the only ones in the sand, and interior highlands with waterfalls cascading into emerald pools. Located in the South Pacific, Fiji is over 1,800 miles northeast of the Australian coast. This country sits on the path between Hawaii and New Zealand, making it a perfect stopover for travelers exploring the broader Pacific region. The main island of Viti-Levu houses the capital Suva, where colonial architecture blends with modern Pacific influences to create a unique urban landscape. Interestingly, because it's close to the international dateline, Fiji is one of the first places in the world to greet the sunrise each day. The nation once marketed itself as the place where the day begins, and there's something magical about experiencing dawn on an eastern Fijian beach, knowing you're among the first people on Earth witnessing that particular daybreak. Fiji's landscape is quite diverse, featuring long stretches of white sandy beaches, vibrant coral reefs, volcanic mountains, and lush tropical rainforests. In a single day, you can snorkel among rainbow-colored fish in the morning hike through dense jungle to hidden waterfalls by afternoon, and watch the sunset from the summit of an ancient volcano by evening. The climate here is tropical and warm year-round with temperatures ranging from 68 to 90 degrees Fahrenheit, making it perfect for a getaway at any time of the year. The dry season from May to October offers sunny days ideal for outdoor adventures, while the wet season from November to April brings brief afternoon showers that leave the islands lush and vibrant. Fiji's population is approximately 925,000 people, less than half the population of Montana, with two main ethnic groups, indigenous Fijians and Indo-Fijians. This cultural blend creates a fascinating fusion evident in everything from architecture to cuisine. Indigenous Fijian villages still operate around the traditional social structure with chiefs and communal living arrangements, while Indo-Fijian communities contribute colorful Hindu temples and fragrant curry dishes to the nation's cultural tapestry. Notably, this nation thrives in tourism and exports its famous Fiji water, which can be found in luxury supermarkets from New York to Paris. The water comes from an ancient artesian aquifer deep beneath the volcanic highlands of Viti-Levu, naturally filtered through layers of volcanic rock that date back hundreds of thousands of years. Number 14. Discover the walking fish, 100% real. The mudskipper is the only fish that can walk on land, mainly found in mudflats and river mouths where fresh and salt water meet. Remarkably, they can use their developed pectoral fins like sturdy legs. This is one of nature's wonders that you can't miss when visiting this island nation. Let's explore more fascinating facts about this creature. Mudskippers belong to the Oxydorsini subfamily and have evolved remarkable adaptations that allow them to spend up to several days out of water. Their specialized gill chambers can retain water, functioning almost like a primitive lung when they're exploring land. Their prominent, bulging eyes sit atop their heads like periscopes, giving them nearly 360-degree vision to spot both underwater predators and terrestrial threats. When moving on land, mudskippers use their front fins to pull their bodies through mud or sand. The muscular base of these fins has evolved to support their weight and provide leverage for locomotion. They can even jump onto trees or climb low slopes to search for food or avoid predators, leaving first-time witnesses in awe. Some species can leap up to 2 feet in a single bound, an impressive feat for a creature that typically measures only 4 to 8 inches in length. Visitors can easily spot them during heavy rain because they tend to come out of the mud flats, creating quite a spectacle. The best viewing locations are mangrove swamps around Fiji's larger islands. Number 13. Fijian women have unprecedented equality. Fijian women are vibrant symbols of the sun-kissed lands of the South Pacific. With their healthy tan skin, flowing curly hair, and expressions that are both gentle and playful, they embody not only allure, but also the dynamic beauty of tradition. Their presence in Fijian society reflects a complex intertwining of traditional Pacific values and modern influences that have created a unique cultural identity. For them, a curvy, strong physique is the epitome of beauty desired by all. In many Fijian communities, a full-figured body represents prosperity, fertility, and the ability to work hard and care for family, all highly valued traits in traditional society. Young women often receive compliments for their robust appearance, a practice that fosters positive body image from an early age. From a young age, Fijian girls are familiar with the ocean, swimming, picking coconuts, and canoeing, as if these are essential survival skills. These aren't merely recreational activities but vital components of daily life and cultural identity. By the age of 5 or 6, many Fijian girls can already expertly climb palm trees, navigate shallow reefs to gather shellfish, and help prepare traditional lovo meals, food cooked in underground earth ovens using heated stones and banana leaves. This early immersion in practical skills creates a foundation of self-reliance and environmental awareness that shapes their approach to life. Many Fijian women maintain traditional knowledge of medicinal plants, weather prediction techniques based on ocean patterns, and the lunar calendar's influence on fishing and agriculture. Moreover, in today's world, many Fijian women have become famous TikTokers, sharing traditional dances, stunning beach views, rural life, and cultural stories with the world. These digital ambassadors blend ancient traditions with modern technology, creating content that ranges from tutorials on weaving pandanus mats to demonstrations of meke dances performed at significant ceremonies. Notably, women from the Tavuni tribe have total freedom to choose their partners without needing approval from husbands or families. They can marry multiple men or live with different partners without facing any community objections. This practice, while uncommon in many parts of the world, has deep historical roots in certain Fijian communities, particularly in the highlands of Viti Levu, where the Tavuni have resided for centuries. Number 12. A word of caution. Don't wear a hat when visiting Fijian villages. Imagine you're dressed in your coolest travel outfit, wearing your favorite hat, and confidently walking into a village. But suddenly, you'll become the center of attention, and not in the way you'd hope. In Fiji, only the village chief is permitted to wear a hat as it symbolizes authority and respect for ancestors. This tradition dates back centuries and remains strictly observed, especially in rural villages where traditional practices continue to govern daily life. The prohibition against hat wearing connects to the Fijian concept of mana, a spiritual force or power that permeates all things but is especially concentrated in chiefs and important ceremonial objects. By wearing a hat, a visitor unknowingly positions themselves above their proper station in the social hierarchy, which can be interpreted as challenging the chief's authority and disrupting the community's spiritual balance. Similarly, carrying objects above your head, including backpacks worn high on the shoulders, can cause offense, as the head is considered the most sacred part of the body in Fijian culture. Even tall tourists are encouraged to slightly stoop when passing near seated elders as a sign of respect, acknowledging the social hierarchy that has maintained community harmony for generations. When entering a village, it's customary to bring a small gift of kava root, known locally as sevu-sevu, to present to the chief. Many tour operators can help arrange this, but if you're traveling independently, markets in larger towns sell bundles specifically prepared for this purpose. The presentation ceremony is straightforward but meaningful. Your guide will explain the proper protocol, which typically involves sitting cross-legged and presenting the bundle with both hands, while maintaining a respectful posture. Most villages welcome respectful visitors, often inviting them to join community activities like weaving demonstrations, dance performances, or communal meals. So prepare yourself not to be considered an odd one in the eyes of the villagers when visiting this land. Number 11. It's not coffee. Kava is the national drink of Fiji. If coffee is the morning ritual for Americans, kava is an essential ceremony for Fijians. This traditional beverage serves not merely as a drink but as the centerpiece of social gatherings, conflict resolutions, welcome ceremonies, and spiritual observances throughout the islands. The ritual preparation and consumption of kava, sometimes spelled yakona in Fijian, connects modern Fijians to ancestors who have practiced these same ceremonies for countless generations. Just a sip of kava will leave your mouth slightly numb, your mind relaxed, and instantly immerse you in Fiji's laid-back atmosphere. The earthy, somewhat bitter taste might not immediately appeal to Western palates, but the gentle euphoria that follows makes it worth acquiring the taste. The traditional preparation involves grinding dried kava root into a fine powder, then placing it in a cloth bag and steeping it in cold water within a large wooden bowl known as a tanoa. This carved wooden vessel, often handed down through generations, features intricate designs and coconut fiber cord that symbolize the connection between the physical and spiritual worlds. The tanoa's presence alone signals that an important social gathering is taking place. Before drinking, everyone claps once to show respect to the person preparing the kava and to those present. The server, usually a young man designated for this honored role, fills a half coconut shell cup called a bailo and presents it to each participant in order of social rank, beginning with the highest status individual present. After drinking, clapping twice is a communal gesture that signifies connection among everyone. The rhythm of these claps, one before, two after, creates a soothing percussion that punctuates kava ceremonies, which can last for hours as stories are shared, songs sung, and community bonds strengthened. Today, kava culture is not just limited to villages. It has deeply permeated urban areas with kava bars serving kava and live music. In Suva and other towns, these establishments range from rustic open-air venues where patrons sit cross-legged on mats to more contemporary spaces with comfortable seating and entertainment. Young professionals, students, and visitors alike gather at these spots where the ancient ritual adapts to modern contexts while retaining its essential character as a facilitator of human connection. If life's pressures weigh down on you, try a bowl of kava and say Bula to understand what it means to live slowly and deeply. This Fijian greeting, which means life, health, and spirit all at once, embodies the holistic approach to well-being that permeates Fijian culture. As you raise your bailo and join in the rhythmic clapping, you'll experience firsthand how this ancient practice continues to bring people together in our fast-paced modern world. Friendliest and happiest people in the world. Beyond Sweden and New Zealand, Fiji is known for the greeting Bula, which means hello. But behind this simple word lies a much deeper positive spirit, similar to saying I'm glad you're alive. The term actually carries multiple meanings in Fijian culture: life, health, welcome, love, and good wishes all rolled into one resonant expression. When a Fijian says Bula to you, they're not merely acknowledging your presence but celebrating your existence and wishing you vitality. The genuine warmth behind this greeting becomes apparent the moment you step off the plane. Airport staff don't simply process your documents, they welcome you with beaming smiles, asking about your journey and offering assistance before you even think to request it. The people here smile often, greet warmly, and genuinely enjoy it when you get lost because it gives them a chance to help. This isn't an exaggeration. Numerous travelers report instances of Fijians going far out of their way to assist strangers, sometimes walking travelers to their destinations personally, or inviting them home for a meal when they appear disoriented. Unlike in many tourist destinations where locals might view lost visitors as opportunities for financial gain, Fijians typically offer assistance without expectation of payment. In a global happiness survey, Fiji was once ranked among the happiest countries in the world, surpassing both Sweden and New Zealand. A fascinating cultural trait among Fijians is their use of terms like sister, brother, uncle, or auntie for everyone. These familial designations aren't mere pleasantries but reflect a worldview in which community bonds mirror family relationships, with their accompanying responsibilities and affections. If you're a guy from Texas who just landed on the island for less than 10 minutes, you'll still be greeted with "Hey brother" or "Welcome sister," as if you were part of the Fiji family. Fijians have a unique concept called Fiji time, which means taking it easy and savoring each moment. This isn't merely a tourist slogan but a fundamental cultural orientation that prioritizes human connection and natural rhythms over rigid schedules. Meetings might start when everyone arrives rather than at a predetermined hour. Social gatherings flow according to conversation and energy, rather than ending at a fixed time. Even business transactions unfold at a pace that allows for personal connection. Rushing through an interaction to get to the point is considered impolite. At resorts, you'll see charming signs saying, "Relax, you're on Fiji time," reminding visitors to put down their phones and enjoy life. These aren't just cute souvenirs, but gentle encouragements to adopt a different relationship with time during your stay. Life in Suva. Nestled along the eastern bay of Viti Levu, Suva is a unique blend of colonial heritage where Victorian buildings still stand, and the local culture thrives. As Fiji's capital since 1882, this harbor city of approximately 90,000 residents serves as the nation's political, economic, and cultural hub while maintaining a distinctly relaxed character that sets it apart from other Pacific capitals. The architectural landscape tells the story of Fiji's complex history. Ornate colonial-era buildings like the Grand Pacific Hotel, nicknamed the Grand Dome of the South Pacific when it opened in 1914, stand alongside modernist government structures and traditional Fijian-style buildings with their distinctive steep thatched roofs. The presidential palace, with its manicured gardens overlooking the harbor, exemplifies the British colonial influence, while the nearby Parliament complex incorporates indigenous design elements that celebrate Fijian cultural heritage. There are no honking cars or perpetual red lights, just the sound of waves, warm greetings of Bula and handshakes, as if you were longtime neighbors. Traffic moves at a measured pace, with drivers often pausing to chat with pedestrians they recognize, or to let others merge without the aggressive jockeying common in larger cities. This measured rhythm extends to all aspects of urban life. Shop owners might close briefly for family matters, civil servants take proper lunch breaks rather than eating at their desks, and meetings frequently begin with ceremonial kava drinking to establish the proper social context. On the narrow streets, you'll see colorful buses, street vendors selling grilled fish, fresh mangoes, and locals casually walking with baskets of coconuts as if they're on a permanent vacation. The public buses deserve special mention. These vibrantly painted vehicles feature open windows instead of air conditioning, allowing sea breezes to cool passengers as they wind through the city streets. Each bus has its own personality, with custom paint jobs, interior decorations, and sound systems playing everything from traditional Fijian music to reggae and contemporary Pacific pop hits. The municipal market forms the pulsing heart of daily life, where farmers from surrounding villages bring their produce each morning. Here you'll find items rarely seen in Western supermarkets. Jackfruit larger than bowling balls, dozens of banana varieties ranging from tiny sweet specimens to large starchy cooking types, and fresh kava root bundled for ceremonial use. Vendors arrange their goods in meticulous pyramids and enthusiastically explain how to prepare unfamiliar items if you show interest. Street food stalls buzzing with activity offer dishes from Kokoda fish, Fiji's version of ceviche marinated in coconut cream, to Indian-style roti and local stir-fried noodles from morning till night. The culinary landscape reflects Fiji's multicultural heritage. Indigenous cooking techniques featuring earth ovens and banana leaf wrapping exist alongside Indo-Fijian curry traditions and Chinese influences that arrived with laborers in the 19th century. For about $5 USD, you can feast on a plate heaped with cassava grilled fish and tropical vegetables, often served with a side of engaging conversation from the cook. As night falls, harborside bars glow with life. The sound of acoustic guitars blends with local reggae music, creating a soundtrack that's both relaxed and energetic. Waterfront venues like Bad Dog Cafe and O'Reilly's become gathering spots where university students, government workers, expatriates, and travelers mingle over cold Fiji bitter beers or fresh coconuts spiked with local rum. Unlike more tourist-oriented island destinations, Suva's nightlife caters primarily to locals, offering visitors an authentic glimpse into contemporary Fijian social life. The Fiji Museum, located in the lush Thurston Gardens, offers a deeper understanding of the nation's 3,500-year human history through artifacts including war clubs, ceremonial vessels, and the rudder from HMS Bounty of mutiny fame. Nearby, the Sacred Heart Cathedral stands as a testament to the strong Catholic influence that arrived with European missionaries, while colorful Hindu temples and mosques reflect the diverse spiritual traditions that coexist peacefully throughout the islands. Number 8. Wonders of Fiji. One must-visit destination is Denarau Island, famous for its luxury resorts featuring an 18-hole golf course or engaging in lively water sports such as snorkeling and kayaking. This 2.55 square mile manufactured island represents the pinnacle of Fijian luxury tourism. Connected to the mainland of Viti Levu by a short causeway, Denarau was transformed from mangrove swampland in the 1960s into what is now the largest integrated resort complex in the South Pacific. The carefully landscaped grounds showcase native plants alongside ornamental tropical species, creating lush environments where guests can stroll beneath swaying palms and flowering frangipanis that perfume the air with their sweet scent. At the heart of Denarau lies its championship golf course. designed by Aichi Motohashi with water features on 15 of its 18 holes. The course follows the natural contours of the island while offering spectacular views of the surrounding Mamanuca Islands on the horizon. Even non-golfers appreciate the manicured landscapes where native birds dart between flowering trees and monitor lizards occasionally sun themselves on the fairways during quieter moments. It's a blend of untouched nature and modern amenities, perfect for families and couples alike. Port General Marina serves as the gateway to the outer islands, with its bustling shopping complex, international restaurants, and daily catamaran and speedboat departures to more remote destinations. Early mornings at the marina offer fascinating glimpses into island life as fishing boats return with their overnight catches, supplying both local markets and resort kitchens with mahi-mahi, wahoo, and coral trout destined for dinner plates later that day. While it may not be as glamorous as New York or Paris, Suva has a raw and free-spirited charm where tropical nights don't need a stage, just smiles and music. Luxury here takes a different form, not in exclusive venues or designer shops, but in the abundance of time, genuine human connection, and sensory pleasures like fresh tropical fruits eaten beside the sea. Visitors seeking authentic cultural immersion rather than sanitized resort experiences will find Suva offers rich rewards for those willing to explore its vibrant streets and engage with its warm-hearted residents. For those seeking environmental attractions beyond beaches, the Garden of the Sleeping Giant near Nadi showcases over 2,000 varieties of orchids in a lush rainforest setting, while Tavuni Island's Buma National Heritage Park protects pristine forests, waterfalls, and coastal ecosystems in one of Fiji's most biodiverse regions. Number 7. The world's strangest festival culture. Every August, the capital Suva bursts with color during the Hibiscus Festival, the largest and oldest festival in Fiji. Established in 1956 as a small community fundraiser, the event has grown into a national celebration that draws participants from across the island nation and tourists from around the world. The week-long festivities transform Suva's normally laid-back atmosphere into a carnival of music, dance, food, and cultural expressions that showcase the diverse heritage of modern Fiji. Over 9 days, thousands gather to watch the Miss Hibiscus beauty pageant, celebrating the beauty and intelligence of Fijian women. Unlike conventional Western beauty contests, the Miss Hibiscus competition places significant emphasis on contestants' knowledge of Fijian culture, language abilities, and commitment to community service. Participants must demonstrate proficiency in traditional crafts like weaving or poetry, perform cultural presentations, and articulate their visions for Fiji's future development. The runway shows feature both contemporary fashion and traditional attire, including elaborate masi or tapa cloth, garments that may have taken months to create by hand. Each contestant represents a sponsoring organization rather than just herself, creating a sense of community investment in the outcomes and ensuring the event remains focused on collective celebration rather than individual competition.
Throughout Albert Park and adjoining venues, food stalls offer regional specialties rarely found in restaurants. Traditional delicacies like vakalolo, sweet cassava pudding, kokoda, lime-marinated fish in coconut cream, and various preparations of taro and breadfruit. Indo-Fijian vendors sell colorful sweets and savory snacks, while Chinese Fijian cooks offer their own distinctive island-influenced dishes, creating a culinary landscape as diverse as Fiji's population. If you visit Nadi, don't miss the Bula festival. Named after the friendliest greeting in the world, Bula, this annual July celebration has been running since 1960. While similar in structure to the Hibiscus Festival, the Bula festivities maintain a more intimate, community-oriented atmosphere, reflecting Nadi's smaller size and stronger connection to traditional village life despite its status as a tourism hub. This is a time for locals and tourists to celebrate together with music, dance and booths brimming with local flavors. The festival grounds feature craftspeople demonstrating traditional skills like wood carving, basket weaving and tapa cloth making, often inviting visitors to try their hand at these ancient arts. Evening performances showcase everything from traditional meke to contemporary dance troupes incorporating both Pacific and global influences, reflecting the evolving nature of Fijian cultural expression. One distinctive feature of the Bula Festival is its focus on environmental awareness, with educational exhibits highlighting local conservation efforts and sustainable fishing practices. Number 6. Sulu, the national traditional garment for men. When you think of a police officer, you may envision a muscular person over 6 feet tall holding a baton and wearing a hard hat. But in Fiji, you might meet that officer in a Sulu. The sight of uniformed police officers directing traffic in downtown Suva while wearing these formal wrap skirts often surprises first-time visitors, providing a visible reminder of how thoroughly traditional elements remain integrated into modern Fijian life. The Sulu is a traditional skirt regarded as the ultimate symbol of masculinity in this island nation. Unlike Western associations between skirts and femininity, the Sulu carries connotations of dignity, respect, and adherence to cultural values. Its practical design, typically falling to just below the knee, evolved to provide comfort in tropical conditions while maintaining modesty and freedom of movement necessary for fishing, farming, and warrior activities that historically formed the backbone of male responsibilities. Interestingly, a Sulu can cost up to $200, similar to an expensive suit at Macy's. Premium Sulus for special occasions are often tailor-made using imported materials with hand-finished details and perfect pleating that require significant skill to execute properly. Sacred Sunday silence. Except for rugby, Sundays in Fiji may appear to be scenes straight out of a postcard. People lounging under swaying coconut trees, sipping cool drinks, and gazing out at turquoise waters. On the surface, it seems like just another relaxed island day, but the truth runs much deeper. Sunday in Fiji is not merely a day off, it's a sacred time reserved for spiritual renewal, rest, and togetherness. Across villages and towns, a profound quiet settles over the land. Shops close, buses stop running, and the air itself seems still. There's no loud music booming from speakers, no beach parties, and certainly no high-energy swimming or water sports. Even the waves seem to hush in reverence. This cultural stillness is rooted in the deep Christian traditions that are woven into the fabric of Fijian life. Many Fijians attend church services in the morning, followed by shared meals with extended family. The rest of the day is spent in peaceful reflection or light-hearted conversation with neighbors. The reverence is so deep that you might literally hear coconuts dropping from trees, nature's own punctuation in an otherwise hushed environment. But this serene rhythm is known to break dramatically when rugby enters the picture. Rugby is not just a sport in Fiji, it's a national heartbeat. On game days, especially when the national team is playing, the country transforms. Streets that were empty are now filled with cheering voices. Households gather around radios or televisions, united in a common cause. The same people who were in church robes that morning are now shouting, clapping, and waving flags. The energy is electric. For Fijians, rugby is more than a game. It's an expression of national identity, pride, and community strength. It's often said that rugby is Fiji's second religion, and that statement isn't far from the truth. Their national team, celebrated globally for its flair and fearlessness, is made up of athletes who are as graceful as they are powerful. Their play style is distinct, creative, fluid, and fiercely competitive, embodying the spirit of traditional warriors. So when Fiji plays rugby, not even the sacred silence of Sunday can hold back the roar of unity and passion that erupts across the islands. Number 4, the only nation where even billionaires can only lease land. In many parts of the world, wealth can open doors to nearly anything. Private islands, beachfront mansions, vast estates. But in Fiji, land ownership isn't up for grabs, even for the ultra-wealthy. Whether you're a billionaire, a business tycoon, or a resort developer, the rules remain the same. Land in Fiji cannot be bought outright. It can only be leased, typically for a maximum term of 99 years. This isn't just a legal restriction, it's a cultural principle, one deeply tied to the heritage of the indigenous Itauke people. Around 92% of Fiji's land is communally owned by native clans. For them, land is not a commodity to be bought and sold. It's a living connection to ancestors, identity, and tradition, an inheritance that belongs to past, present, and future generations. In most parts of the world, becoming a chief is a privilege reserved for those born into leadership or power. But in Fiji, specifically in the remote and culturally rich Navala Village, even a visitor can be bestowed this rare honor, if only for a day. Nestled deep in the highlands of Viti-Levu, Navala is one of the last remaining villages in Fiji that has preserved its traditional buras, wooden homes with thatched roofs, and continues to uphold ancestral customs with pride. Here, hospitality isn't just a gesture, it's a sacred tradition. When guests arrive, they're welcomed with a powerful cultural ritual known as the sevu-sevu ceremony. This is no ordinary greeting, it's a spiritual and communal moment that opens the door between guest and host. To begin, visitors are expected to bring a small gift, typically dried kava root, a gesture of respect. The ceremony begins with rhythmic hand clapping, followed by the mixing and sharing of kava, a mildly sedative drink made from the pounded root of the yacona plant. Drinking kava is a rite of passage. With one deep sip from a communal coconut shell bowl, guests are symbolically inducted into the village family. But in Navala, it goes even further. The visitor is not just welcomed, they are honored with the title of chief. This means wearing a traditional grass hat called a salu-salu and being seated at the most respected position in the bure, the central communal house. The elders and villagers will all turn to face you, acknowledging your temporary status as a high-ranking guest. It's a moment of profound respect and a responsibility to represent your home with honor. But your role doesn't stop there. As the honorary chief, you're invited to engage in the full cultural experience, giving a short speech of gratitude, joining in traditional meke dances, and trying your hand at weaving coconut leaves, making baskets, or helping prepare a lovo feast. Dreaming of living in paradise without breaking the bank? Fiji might just be the answer. With its palm-fringed beaches, welcoming communities, and a relaxed pace of life, this South Pacific island nation offers an appealing blend of affordability and beauty, especially in 2025, as the cost of living remains attractively low for many international visitors and digital nomads. If you're considering staying long-term, the financial outlook is promising. Renting a one-bedroom apartment in the city centre in places like Suva or Nadi averages around $500 per month. If you're comfortable moving to the quieter outskirts or smaller towns, that drops to about $300. Utilities including electricity, water and basic services typically total around $119 monthly, and high-speed internet, reliable enough for work or streaming, costs approximately $43. Daily expenses are surprisingly modest. A sit-down meal at a mid-range restaurant will only set you back around $4, while shopping for groceries and cooking at home averages around $150 per month. Public transport is both efficient and incredibly cheap. Bus fares cost just around 60 cents and taxis run at about 50 cents per kilometer. For a solo adult, it's entirely feasible to live comfortably in Fiji for $800 to $1,000 per month. A lifestyle that would cost nearly double in the United States, Europe or Australia. Whether you're a backpacker, a remote worker or a retiree seeking a tropical haven, the door is wide open. So, would you live here if you could? Comment 1 if yes, 0 if not, and tell us why in the comments below. No journey to Fiji is complete without exploring its soul-satisfying cuisine. Fijian food is a flavorful blend of indigenous tradition, island resources and cultural influences, particularly from India and Polynesia. One of the most iconic dishes is lovo. More than just a meal, lovo is a cooking experience. Meats, fish and root vegetables are wrapped in banana leaves and placed in an underground pit filled with hot stones, then covered to slowly steam and roast. The result? A mouth-watering blend of smoky, tender and savory flavors, perfect for festivals, weddings and community gatherings where food is shared with laughter and song. Another staple is kakoda, a refreshing dish of raw fish marinated in lime juice and coconut milk, seasoned with onion, chilies and herbs. It's often served cold, making it a popular appetizer or light lunch, something like Fiji's version of ceviche, but with a creamy tropical twist. Fiji's Indo-Fijian population has also added delicious variety to the table. Roti, a soft Indian-style flatbread, is commonly eaten with flavorful curries, chutneys and vegetable stews. It's particularly popular for breakfast, often served with spicy lentils or mashed peas, creating a filling start to the day. An essential part of the dining experience in Fiji is not just what's eaten, but how it's eaten. In many households, meals are shared sitting on the floor and food is enjoyed with hands, creating an intimate and connected environment. It's about more than nourishment, it's about bonding, storytelling and community. We've explored together 15 amazing facts about Fiji, from sacred traditions and sustainable land practices to affordability and authentic cuisine. Fiji is a country where culture and nature exist in perfect harmony. Thanks for traveling with us. Wherever you are in the world, remember, home isn't just a place, it's a perspective. We'll see you in the next story, only here on Beyond Borders.